Am I the a-hole for calling for medical help, which got my coworker fired? This happened recently, and I've been debating whether I handled it right. I, 26F, work in a high-pressure sales job. It's a competitive environment, and I'm one of the younger employees on the team. Last weekend, our company hosted a training retreat, putting us up in a hotel and running all-day workshops to plan for the upcoming quarter. After the sessions, a few of us decided to grab dinner at a restaurant near the hotel. When we got there, one of the older employees, Karen, mid-50s, was already at the bar, clearly enjoying herself. We invited her to join us, but she declined, saying she was fine staying where she was. We had a nice dinner, and I had a couple of drinks myself, so no judgment on that front. But when we came back through the bar, Karen was visibly intoxicated, slurring her speech and struggling to stay upright. As we all left, Karen followed us out and tried to get into her car. I immediately told her not to drive and offered to get her back to the hotel myself. She agreed, but as she walked toward the passenger door, she lost her balance and fell backward, hitting her head on the pavement. It was a nasty fall, and I noticed she wasn't getting up. There was a gash on her head, and she seemed unconscious. I panicked and said we needed to call an ambulance. Another coworker suggested we just help her into a car and take her back to her hotel room to sleep it off. That didn't sit right with me. What if she had a serious head injury? I didn't want to take the risk of her falling asleep and not waking up, so I called 911 despite their protests. The paramedics arrived quickly and took her to the hospital. Karen ended up being fine after a night of observation, but word got back to our managers about what happened. Because this occurred during a company retreat and involved excessive drinking, they decided to fire Karen for violating their policies. Now some of my coworkers are blaming me, saying I overreacted by calling for help and that I got her fired. A couple even suggested I did it intentionally because she was a strong competitor for sales goals. I genuinely wasn't trying to get anyone in trouble. I just didn't think leaving someone with a head injury alone in their room was safe. Some colleagues are saying I did the right thing, but others think I was out of line. AITA